Hi everyone, I am Mohammad Usman and today we will discuss how we can implement the parameterization through JSON method. In part 1, we have discussed what is parameterization and why it is called data-driven approach, and then we discussed different methods through which we can implement the parameterization, and at the end we implement the default parameterization method in which we define the datasets inside the test file. So today we will focus on the JSON method, and we will perform the testing of the login functionality and verify it's working fine or not with both positive and negative scenarios. So first of all, we will create a new folder at the root directory of the project called test data. So in this folder, we will keep our test data files in JSON format or CSV or an Excel format that we use in our test execution. So I have prepared the JSON file. So let me paste it here. So we will keep all the datasets here in the test data folder. So here in the data.json file, I have defined just two datasets, with one with the valid and one with the invalid credentials. So we will execute it for the login functionality. So if we want to add more data sets here, so we can add them, and this we just copy paste it here. So yeah, so if in future we want to add more complex data sets, so we can add them here, and then we don't need to make any changes in our main test file, and we just need to execute it and it will execute with all the data sets. So that's the beauty of the parameterization. So now just go to the test file. So here, so now we are dealing with the files, so we need to import the fs method from fs. So it's a default method available in Playwright. So whenever we are dealing with the files, we need to use this. So now we need to read the data from the JSON file. So for that, first of all, we need to get the path of that specific file. So read the JSON file. So what we will do, we create a new variable JSON path, and here we will define the path of that specific JSON file. So what we do, just go to the data.json file, right click and copy the relative path. So paste it here. So now we get the path of the JSON file. So now we need to parse it so that we can get our data. So for JSON method, the default JSON parser is available in JavaScript or TypeScript. So we don't need to add and install any third-party plugin or library. But for the excellent CSV, we need to install it. So I will explain that part in my remaining videos. So now we need to parse the JSON file. So what we do, JSON dot parse fs. So it should be small, fs read file sync, and here we need to pass two parameters, one JSON file path and the other one is UTF-8, so in commas. So UTF-8 stands for its Unicode transformation format that we need to use to parse the data. So whenever we are reading the data from the external file, like either it's JSON or CSV or Excel, we need to define UTF-8. So now we have parsed the JSON file. So now we need to save the data in a new variable login data, and type is any. So we just need to do these two steps whenever we need to get the data from the extra file. and either we are using JSON or CSV or Excel. So whenever we use any parameterization method, we need to use these two lines. Number one, we need to get the path of that specific file in which we have defined our test data, and then we need to parse it. So for JSON, we don't need to use any third-party library or plugin. So we just parse the JSON file and then save the data in an array, in login data array. So now what we need to do, we need to use for of loop for const email password validity of login data, and here we will keep a test. So I have already prepared test, so let me copy it. It's validity, yes, it's validity. So here what we are doing, we just go to this website, and then we are filling the email and password, and then we click on the login button, and then if the validity is valid, then we verify the logout button should be visible, and if not, if it's the validity is invalid, then it should show error to the user and verify that it's not working fine, like login functionality is not clear. So it should show the user to the login page. And here we are just defining our values, email and password that we have get from the JSON file, and validity, and then we execute our test. So let me execute it to verify whether it's working fine or not. It should be JSON, sorry, param test to dash JSON. So here it will execute the test. So yeah, both of them are passing. So both the positive and the negative scenarios are working totally fine. So guys, I hope you understand this JSON method. So let me explain a little bit further. So in JSON file, we need to define the datasets in the JSON format, and we will create a new folder with name test data, and in the test data folder we will keep all our test data files either in JSON or CSV or Excel format. And then we just need to do in our main test file, we just need to do two changes. First of all, we need to import the fs method, which is that we use to deals with the files, and then we get the path of that specific file in which we have defined our data sets, and then we parse the data so that we can pass the data to our main test file, to our main test. So here we just get the JSON file path and then parse it, and then we use the for of loop, and then we pass the data like email, password and validity, and then verify either it's working fine or not. So I hope you guys understand this, and if you guys have any question, so please do let me know in the comments. Thanks a lot.